Today, Patreons and patron subscribers, we're talking about how to build a black male business. How to build a business that is catered towards black people or black men. Now, I know that I don't have a lot of experience in this, but let me tell you what my secrets have been, and I can share those with you. Now, many of you know that I've been YouTubing for 2 years. And 7 months ago, I started this website called thenegromanosphere.com. This is what you pledge to keep going every month. But if you really understand how we can keep the website going, is not necessarily the money that's the problem. Because you can be a black man with a lot of money and still let your ego get in the way. I mean, I guess, I'm not trying to name drop, but you can say somebody like Tommy. People say this. I don't really know him personally, but it's kind of evident that if you kind of really watch Tommy, he kind of has a problem with networking with other black people, networking with other black men that probably could help him. I've been guilty of this in the past, so I'm not out of the lion's den myself. But what I can tell you is, when you are working with a group of men, especially a group of men who have a fan base, or a group of black men who are cocky, because this is what you're going to encounter. When you're dealing with niggas in business, a lot of times you're going to deal with niggas that are cocky, that are fucking arrogant, and that are trying to get more money than what they're fucking worth. Okay? Now, let me tell you what I mean. Black male entertainment, to my knowledge, there is none. You have a black male population that has a probably $600 billion industry. You have 20 million or more black men in America, and you have like 1 million black men in the United Kingdom. Over 100 million black men maybe in Nigeria, and the list can go on. But you never see black men can do anything for the fact that it's too much fucking ego. Nigerian men, I don't think, have their own media. Black American men don't have their own media. British black men don't have their own media, while they have the money to do it. But the problem is, it's too much ego. Okay, you can have any kind of product that you want to sell somebody or service, but once your ego gets in the way, even if you're good at something, you cannot come to the bargaining table with your ego first. I know this sounds like, elementary shit, but I'm trying to tell you that your ego has to take a pay cut in order for whatever the fuck you have to do to grow. Your ego has to take a pay cut, especially when you're dealing with black people. Your ego has to take a pay cut, because black people naturally are looking to attack anybody with a big ego. And now, for those of you who are enterprising, those of you who are talented, it's already a bad thing to be good at something. Really extremely good. It's a good thing and it's a bad thing. But when you are extremely good at something, black people are going to come to you and they're going to expect that you do a lot of things for them just because you happen to be very good at that, and they're going to expect that shit for free. But you can avoid a lot of trouble by putting down your ego. For example, Marcus Muscle, if you probably watch this video, he is a up and coming trainer, up and coming bodybuilder. There's a lot of competition between people of that ilk. Now, if he knows he has muscles and he has good training techniques, really in the long run, if whatever he has is good, it will sell itself. he never has to tell anybody he's good. There's this one dude out there from Canada. All he does is shit on other bodybuilders. And he's a funny guy. He's talented, but his ego is so big where nobody wants to fuck with him. Okay? Chris Jones killed this dude on the interview the other day. You have to get rid of your ego dealing with niggas. You just have to do that. Your ego has to take a pay cut. Now, the second thing is you're going to have to play second base sometimes. Even in your own business, you are going to have to come off the bench. What do I mean? That means that when you have a business, I don't always believe in paying myself first. Now, if I have a job, I'm getting paid, I'll pay myself first. But if you have a business and your business needs to grow, whatever that business is, you cannot do everything yourself. You do have people who do all their work themselves in their business, but your businesses only go so far. That means you got to network with people. You know, you have to let them get the shine. Okay, even if you don't get it, at the end of the day, you will get everything. But you have to know how to let people, especially if you have a media program, if you have a radio show or something like that, any kind of business that can elevate a group of people, you have to take a back seat for other people to shine. You must do that, especially with dealing with niggas. You have to do that. This is why exactly I didn't name our website, for example, www.o'sheadukejackson.com. Because then that website will be about me. It's not about anybody else. And that is a big mistake. You must make whatever product or whatever service that you have about other people. And then take your ass in the background in exchange for the brand. This is the problem that a lot of niggas don't understand about business. When you make a brand and you make that brand about you, like O'SheaDukeJackson.com, what you're saying is that outside of me, if something happens to me, I'm gone. The brand is done. I am the brand. But if you look at what Roosh did, for example, on returnofkings.com, the brand is about men. It's about men's rights. It's about men's issues. It's more bigger than him. He sits behind his brand and puts the brand first. What's the demographic? Who are we catering to? And see, this is what black people in business really don't get. You want to make the restaurant about you, or you want to make the brand about you, never the consumer. And you have to learn to take a back seat behind your brand, no matter how much fucking talent you have. Take your seat behind the brand. Let the brand develop as you are behind it, and let people be a part of what you have. Build something or whatever platform you have for other people to use. When you think of the iPhone, do you automatically think of Steve Jobs? No, I don't automatically think of Steve Jobs. When I think of iPhone, I think of apps. I think of an Apple logo. I think of good phone service, good productivity. I think of iMovie. I think of FaceTime. I think of all those other things that signifies iPhone. I don't think about Steve Jobs. Now, if I'm thinking about SotomayorTV.com, I'm thinking about just Tommy. And it's no disrespect to him, but even when I think about Playboy, Hugh Hefner is one of the things you think about, but do you think about the Playboy Bunny? Do you think about the beautiful women in the magazine? Do you think about the excellent short stories? Do you think about the lifestyle? Do you think about wanting to become part of the rich and famous? Do you think about the Playboy Mansion? All of these things are part of the brand that's bigger than the person itself. And this is what you got to especially do when you're dealing with niggas. Niggas are so fucking busy trying to be everything in the brand. Everything in the business. Because your ego is like that. You have to automatically outshine. Sit your black ass in the fucking back seat, dude. You need to let people help you, and you help people. You build yourself up by letting other people, exchange of what you have. Then people by default elevate you. They want to fuck with you. They want to work with you. Nigga, but nobody wants to work with a motherfucker who wants to be the face of every fucking thing. Nobody can deal with them. Deal with a person like that. Especially if you have a product that is dedicated to a black consumer base. Get out from the spotlight. This is the reason why on the NegroManosphere.com you hardly see me write. I hardly ever write an article. Because, you have to let people partake on. And the last thing, you have to be willing to pay people. This is the thing. You have to be able to pay motherfuckers. I don't give a fuck if you go to Upwork.com and find freelancers or, and when I'm talking about pay people whatever product you have that have a good experience in the product that you can develop. You can go to Upwork.com and find people who can do certain things, whether you want a website, whether you want things digitally, not just getting people that down the street that can do a okay job because they're the cheapest price. This is why niggas in business fail. You get cheesy motherfuckers, Lil Ray, Lil Dre down the fucking street, your cousin, and they give you a discount price and they don't do the shit when you're supposed to tell them to do it. You need to have things done when you need to have them done. And a lot of times money talks and bullshit fucking walks. Stop being afraid to pay people. And like I said, I use Upwork.com a lot of times. And the reason why you should use that is because you deal with motherfuckers who don't want negative feedback. And sometimes when you get, you deal with people outside of the internet and you want to do like a mobile business or something like that, or app development, and you pay a nigga $400 and he could do it or he could not. But if you have somebody whose reputation's on the line and you can give them negative feedback, they will fucking do your shit right. Because if they fuck up, they know that you can hurt their business prospects in the future. So they have to do it right. So when you're doing business with people like that, make them motherfuckers do it right. But don't be afraid to pay folks. Don't be afraid to pay people to help you do better. Because each dollar that you spend paying somebody who's good at what they do, that's less time that you have to learn that part of the business. That's less time you have to learn that part of something. Yeah, nigga, I know it costs money, but business, it costs money to do business, nigga. That's what the shit it costs, nigga. Ain't nothing free. This is what you got to understand. If you're in a black dominated business, whether it's media, whether it's food, whether you have competition from people who are not black. And just because people are black doesn't mean they're going to fuck with you. You need to have your shit looking as professional as anybody else that wants a black dollar or wants to do business with black people or even white people. You need to be competitive. If you want to start a shoe cleaning bit, whatever the business is, you need to find out who the top person is in the industry and what does their shit look like and make that shit up to that standard. Sometimes your friends, even if they know how to do it, they can't do it as good. All right. That's just the fucking facts. So, really understand, brothers, that, if you have a business that is that could be filtered towards black male or a black man audience, you can do well, man. Like I said, black male entertainment, black male businesses dominate to black men. That's a good industry for that shit. Black men have fucking money. Black men are not what people think they are. They're not dusted and disgusted niggas. But if you want to do business with brothers, brothers are not going to, as black men, we've been raised by women. So we are not going to be used to a strong masculine presence that may be perceived as being cocky or ego driven. This is the reason why you have to be very careful with bragging about your shit. You have to be very, very willing to work with people, man. And your ego, the much more you put yourself at the behind of whatever you're doing, the better you're going to be. Look at Shea Moisture, wonderful company, made hundreds of $1 millions. Do you even know who the nigga is behind it? No, he's a dude that understands, nigga, I don't have to be at the face of every fucking thing for some shit to work. Get your black ass behind it. Okay, pay people, work with people. Get more knowledge from folks and stay humble in whatever you're doing, man. You're gonna win. You're gonna win big. Okay. So I wanted to share that with you, brothers. Thank you for all of you who have subscribed to the Patreon, man. I will be back with another video tomorrow. I'm going to drop one tomorrow before I go. Monday, I'm leaving to Uganda. I'll make a Patreon subscriber list for that. Now, also, I'm going to do my shout outs for my rewards. Those of you who have pledged, I owe a post for that on my Negro Manosphere page. I've not forgot. So I'm going to still do that and make up some more rewards for those of you who've already pledged. Thank you for your support of this channel and the NegroManosphere.com website. Love you much. Peace out. And as you know, the buffoonery remains at an all-time high. I'm out.